Back on Speed Street. Happy holidays to you. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope it's off to a great start. Hope your travels are going well. Conor Daly, Joey Molinaro.
Yes.
How are you, bro?
Great. And recently, I saw after our last episode, I sent the screenshot to you, but there was a lot of articles being written about our podcast and what I said on Joey Molinaro's podcast. I was like, I sent it to you. I sent it to Joey, and I said, hey, man, congrats on your podcast.
Yeah, now I feel like a schmuck because I'm like,
it's great.
But I'm like, guys, just look at the name. One, the title, two, the logo. Your name's first. It's not like it's tucked away somewhere.
Dude, it was so funny. This is our celebrity right here, our local celebrity, Joey.
There you go.
But I found that quite enjoyable. You know what, though? It means people are listening.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
Well, I think last week was really cool. You know, again, just for those of you who are new to the show, this is our 8th episode, I think, that we've officially fired up here. So thanks for being here. Appreciate you all who have been here. But last week, Conor was really open and honest and candid about his future in IndyCar, his future in whatever's coming next in 2022. So we hit on it for about 30 minutes. So one, appreciate your openness to be able to, because I know it's tough, man. It's some crappy news that you got, and but you were used the platform that we have here to talk about it. So that's where the article was coming from. Is people were interested, and even though they said it was my podcast, they were coming to it because it was your future.
There you go.
We had a
team
little
effort, man.
a little tandem there that worked out well.
I respect that.
So again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope that their long weekend is off to a great start. Hope you get some time with family and friends and don't do anything too stupid on the night before Thanksgiving.
Well, it is Blackout Wednesday.
Blackout Wednesday, yes. We're recording the morning of.
Yeah, I would actually like to talk about Blackout Wednesday. I would also like to talk about the Formula One race that happened over the weekend.
I watched that race.
Did you?
I watched the whole thing.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was what was it, Sunday morning?
Yeah.
Right? Steelers didn't play until Sunday Night Football.
It was a 9 a.m. race.
And so I woke up and I was like, hey, you know what? I know that it's Qatar, right? Not Cater.
Qatar,
We decided
yeah,
it's not Cater.
Cater, yeah. Catering is not a country, yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I don't want to watch any of the nonsense NFL pregame shows for 6 hours. So I was like, let me throw on the old F1 race. So I watched that. So we'll definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Blackout Wednesday, talk about Thanksgiving. We'll have some questions that are going to get answered per usual every week.
You got some questions. I even posted. I got some questions as well. So we got a few things.
Yeah, we got a few things. But again,
random Indy 500 driver of the week this week.
For a holiday week, wouldn't want anything different. But again, like I said, we're thankful for you, the listeners. We're thankful for you, the subscribers. It's really cool. I texted Conor about it over the weekend. I was like, hey, man, I'm checking the numbers. And truly, every week we gain more followers. We gain more subscribers. Our listenership goes up. The downloads go up.
Listenership. Is that a word?
No, I like totally just made that up. So again, thank you to you guys. If you're new here, please follow, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. You can watch the video version of us as well on my channel, Joey Molinaro. So we're here once a week. We're talking racing. We're having fun. Leave a rating, leave a review so we get those numbers continuing to pump up. But we're thankful for you guys. So let's get into it, though.
Blackout Wednesday.
Blackout Wednesday, man.
This is it.
It's a big day for you.
Me?
Yeah, right? Come on.
I don't know. The funny thing about this particular day, I didn't really learn about this until I got back from racing in Europe. I didn't know. Well, I didn't ever party, first of all, when I lived in Europe. Never did anything social until I was like 22.
They didn't like the Americans.
Well, no.
So that didn't help.
And they didn't have Thanksgiving, obviously, because the Pilgrims
American thing.
Yeah. Well, the Pilgrims came to us. You know what I mean? So I really did not understand until someone asked me. I think I must have been 22, maybe 23. I just got back to America. Maybe I was even 23. And they're like, oh, you got to come out the night before Thanksgiving. I was like, what are you talking about? It's a Wednesday. They're like, oh, no, it's the best. Everyone comes home. It's like, and everyone's ready to party. I said, yeah, but it's like a Wednesday. It's like, doesn't matter. And I had also signed up for a, Thanksgiving morning 5K that everyone does, the old turkey trot or whatever it's called.
Was it the turkey trot or the drumstick dash?
Either one. I don't know. I think I did the drumstick dash.
We record in Broad Ripple, big Broad Ripple fans. So drumstick dash happens, so that's big.
It's a big one. Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, that first Wednesday night that I went out on the streets, and it was Broad Ripple. I was here in Broad Ripple, and because I didn't know much about downtown Indianapolis yet. And I saw, all the people that I used to go to high school with, you know what I mean? That are like, hey, great to see you, Peter. You know what I mean? Like,
this is where all HC happen. They go to Broad Ripple.
Oh, yeah.
They don't go downtown Indy.
Well, I now only go downtown because that's where I live.
Yeah.
But this was Broad Ripple at the time. And, they were like, we were still freshly somewhat out of college. You know what I mean? And it was, it's quite a scene on Blackout Wednesday. So I did not know what to expect. But now it has been one of the most exciting evenings, I think, that I've ever spent out on the streets, during the year. And so and even all my friends, like we even saw some friends last night who just got back in town, haven't been in town. Like they moved to California and now they're back home for Thanksgiving. And so what an interesting evening. Do you have a lot of things to be consumed on on Blackout Wednesday? Let me tell you what.
Yeah. It's, it is. It's the perfect mix because you got everybody knows, right? Thanksgiving, you're eating a bunch of food, you're not doing a whole lot, you have a lot of day off, a lot of couching, but it's tough when you run into, because I grew up in a family where my grandma and my aunts would pass judgment if you were sleeping or something. You couldn't take a nap at Thanksgiving. They didn't like knowing that you were hungover as hell, napping on the couch at family Thanksgiving. So that was a no-go for me. So you had to either, just really rally and be okay, or you had to hide it really, really well.
And see, I got to an age where our family Thanksgiving, very athletically focused. We had a football game that we played every year. Very aggressive. We were doing athletic stuff where we're talking
you're real turkey
8-on-8, maybe 9-on-9 football,
tackle?
Like in the yard. Yes,
kind
sometimes. It was like two-hand touch.
The cousin you don't like?
Yeah,
fuck him.
Uncle. Let's get the uncle out and maybe throw some elbows at him. You know what I mean? But as we all got older, and my younger brothers became of age as well,
sure,
of drinking age. Well, guess what? They're going out to see their friends on Blackout Wednesday. And so now we've, the drumstick dash is not necessarily as high on our list of family activities because we used to do that all as a family. It was all athletic focused. But now we've got to those ages where, you know what? Mom just is happy to have us at the house. You know what I mean? And we're all just hanging out and relaxing and I enjoy that. And we might get out and, toss the pigskin around a little bit, maybe shoot some basketball hoops. I don't know. Like we do that. Like my family likes to get a little sporty, but even my poor uncles who usually like to, get out there and throw, like getting a little older and,
it's gone from a turkey bowl to a turkey toss.
Exactly.
And then you go out there and you just toss the football.
Yeah. Just get a little athleticism going for a little bit, make you feel better about what you got. But our goal now this year, not play football, but I think I might have mentioned it to you. I'm not sure, but we're diving into my parents' basement for my Pokemon cards.
Oh, that will be
We're trying to go hunting for relics.
That's very exciting. You're gonna have to keep us posted on that because
I'm very excited.
You could find something to make you to where you just have to, just piss off on this podcast.
I don't think so, but I could maybe at least pay off the house, you know what I mean? Or buy a car.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's big. Because
I know that somewhere in there, because my parents, thankfully, are hoarders. And they have this big storage area and actually a couple different areas where my mom likes to keep everything from her kids.
Oh, yeah, my mom
She's
too.
got everything.
Good Lord.
Kindergarten report cards,
literally.
Everything. And so somewhere I know I have 7 Pokemon cards that are in cases. Charizard, boom, number 1. That's what we got. Mewtwo, boom. Blastoise, all the heaters.
Did you make that up?
No, absolutely.
Blastoise?
No,
sounds a little fake.
You don't know about Pokemon?
I know Charizard and Mew and all that, but Blastoise, I did. It sounds a little made up. Dude?
Yeah. See, I was a big Pokemon nerd.
I was a big Pokemon.
There are a few people who will appreciate this. Clearly, you don't. But
no, hey, man, those are coming back in a big way. Obviously, because you're going hunting for them on Thanksgiving. That could be a real nice find. Are you nervous? Are you
I'm pretty nervous because I think they're there. I'm 90% sure that they're somewhere, and my parents are even 90% sure they're somewhere.
Yeah.
But if somehow they happen to have got misplaced over the years. boy, that would be a shame to lose that type of
Very
investment.
big.
Because I bought these cards back in the day at the Foolery. I think it was in Broad Ripple, actually. It was a card shop called the Foolery.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, and we bought these cards. I was like, I got to have the Charizard for like $15. And now you got Jake Paul wearing one out to a fight for a $1.1 million card. And I'm like, goodness gracious, what the heck is going on here?
Now, does Doug give a big toast? I feel like he's a big toast guy at Thanksgiving. You know, he's such a good speaker.
Doug's a big pre-Thanksgiving prayer guy. You know, we get the family together and let's do some.
You guys hold hands?
Oh yeah, big
really do the hold hands?
Yeah, big family thing.
Yeah,
and I respect that. You know what I mean? Hey, do your thing, give thanks to whatever.
Sure.
And it was But Doug is. I tell you what, he wants to. I think have a little relaxation this time. Like normally he's like. I'm not gonna lie. I think my mom is having our Thanksgiving catered by someone else.
Oh wow!
So like, Doug doesn't want to do dishes anymore because we have like 20 people over for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, man.
My parents, they deserve to have a little rest. So I think they're calling some friends of theirs that they know that might be able to hook them up and get some food already pre-prepared.
Good for them.
Which
man.
I like actually. I like that idea.
See, I'm really excited because. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm envisioning Doug Bowles in a nice Thanksgiving sweater.
Oh yeah,
maybe a tie underneath, just absolutely ripping a prayer, just so crisp and so clean.
He's
and
so
like
speaking,
meaningful.
Yeah,
that sounds phenomenal. You might have to FaceTime me in for that.
Yeah. Hey, Joey's coming in for the prayer. Hope you guys don't mind. Tell Jesus to hang out for a little bit.
We're doing virtual prayer this year. But so I'm getting the best of both worlds for this Thanksgiving because my side of the family, they love the traditional Thanksgiving gourmet of turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing and all that kind of stuff, which is great. I love it too. But then my wife's side of the family, they love Thanksgiving, the fact to be able to get together and watch football and hang out and everything. But they're not too hot on like the regular Thanksgiving food.
Okay, all right.
So they do it a little different. So they're having Thanksgiving fajitas.
Oh, so that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You got a very diverse menu coming up.
Exactly. Because, when you do the double dip of the two families on Thanksgiving, you're like, the first meal is phenomenal. And the second meal is still very good, but you're like, man, I mean, I just did this. I don't know how much, mashed potatoes and gravy I can keep in me.
Do you guys roll like one family lunch and then next family dinner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my side is usually like during the middle of the Lions debacle game.
Can't wait to see the Lions potentially defeat the Bears and then Matt Nagy get fired.
Which is he? Is he not? Is he already? I don't know.
He's definitely getting fired.
Did you see he was at his son's football game?
So sad.
The fans were chanting fire Nagy. I was like, dude, come on.
The world is so horrible.
Real, I mean, it really is.
When it comes to the internet and what's like, it's all about creating that type of content, though, because the same with the Bulls game. The Bulls game when they were chanting fire.
Well, our Pacers were beating the hell out of them, so that was great.
Which is awesome. But man, that's just, I mean, poor guy, he might suck at coaching. It looks like it, but gosh, I mean, everyone's out there trying to do a job, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's just, I mean, if you are in the spotlight like that, you are going to get either praised like you're an absolute hero or slain like you're the devil.
Well, it's like, I mean, you don't go to a game like that and then, Johnny Davis's dad who works in finance, people aren't going up unless he does something real, unless he launders or something and screws a lot of people over. People aren't, saying, fire Johnny or anything like that. They don't got to worry about that, so it's tough, man. It's a tough business. Bears fan, here's the thing about Chicago Bears fans. The Bears are a worthless franchise. They are an absolute stain on the face of the league. They haven't been relevant.
Our Chicago listenership.
They haven't been. I mean, they haven't been relevant in 40 years. They have one team in 1985, and they're still living off that. And they suck every year, and they can't figure out a coach, and they can't figure out a quarterback. And it's just like all these finance bros from IU and Purdue are all grew up in the region, are all huge. Bear down. I'm like, dude, the Bears fucking suck. All right.
The only thing that I really, I like the passionate fans. You know what I mean? I respect that, and I love that they've got passionate fans. It's amazing. Only thing I remember about the Bears is Rex Grossman,
and that's a terrible thing.
That's not exciting. You know what I mean? Like I feel bad that I don't know more. And you know what? Brian Urlacher was awesome, but poor Brian Urlacher didn't win a Super Bowl.
No.
It's a shame. Yeah. I mean, he deserves a Super Bowl.
Brian Urlacher, great football player.
Incredible man.
Just like Brian Urlacher. Brian Urlacher's name for football is like Scott Speed for racing. Oh, it's like, Scott Speed, the racer. Brian Urlacher. Of course he plays linebacker.
Yeah, that guy's calling the defense. He's on the horn, just ready to absolutely wipe people's knees out. Like, incredible.
Like, he's a total creative player that like he has a barbed wire tattoo on his right arm. It's like barbed wire tattoo, bald ass head, last name Urlacher. How much more creative player linebacker can you get?
That's it.
Unreal.
I mean, that's 100% it. So, who are we taking in that game, though? What's the spread?
I mean, it's
because you got to bet on Thanksgiving football, right? Like, it's got to. I feel like it's almost a necessity because I'm sitting there on the couch with my family.
Easy. It's fun.
I'm like, hey, I'm gonna maybe sprinkle a little bit of something on the spread here.
Easy conversation piece.
Yeah. Hey, what'd you guys take?
Yeah. What are we thinking, fellas? Yeah, I don't know. I took Bears first half, but
Bears first half under. Obviously,
it's a big thing. You know what? If you're listening to this, because we're hoping to get it out tonight, tomorrow, whenever you're celebrating Thanksgiving, you're going to a family Thanksgiving. It's big for if you're going to an in-laws. If you're the boyfriend and you're going to a girlfriend's families or you're going to your wife's families or whatever it is, you got to have those talking points.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be able to talk to the brother. You got to be able to talk to the uncle about something. Have the little gambling talk in there ready to go.
Absolutely.
It's key.
And you got to at least be somewhat full of knowledge. Like just have something. Have a little bit of, little fun fact that maybe they might not know. You know what I mean?
Like,
see, I'm not a big relationship guy, so I've not had to go to like another woman's like family's house.
You've never had to go to another Thanksgiving?
Not once. I've only ever gone to mine.
Man.
And we've had like James Hinchcliffe has attended my family Thanksgiving. Yeah. Joseph Newgarden has attended my family Thanksgiving. All these guys have been over with their ladies and stuff like that, but I've never, it's like I will at some point, I'm sure, enjoy those awkward moments, but I just haven't been there yet.
Good for you. I mean, it's kind of a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every man must do it. It's
absolutely.
Like every man has to, pay taxes. Every man has to die, and every man has to go to an awkward Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
And bullshit with the drunk uncle.
Yeah. Hey, Uncle Steve, how's it going there, pal?
What are you thinking? And then that's where you just bring out the gambling words.
What do you think about the Bears tonight, huh?
Yeah, you like that? This parlay, I don't know.
I got a single game parlay.
May sprinkle some action. I like the sprinkle there. That's big.
Sprinkle.
I got a little few plays in the pocket.
I think it's the Lions.
You think you're going to do it?
I think it's going to be
it's a Thanksgiving
Motor
miracle.
City Dan Campbell. He's going to be the guy on Thanksgiving, and he is going to celebrate like an absolute electric factory. I think it's time.
Maniac.
I think it's time for Motor City Dan to get himself a win.
He's going to have his own version of Blackout Wednesday on Thursday night.
Oh, man.
They beat the Bears.
Dude, he will open up the bars on Thanksgiving night in Detroit for whatever is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they deserve it,
I mean, they have no wins, a tie, and 8 losses. It's just so sad.
Yeah, it is. It is. We'll get to more Thanksgiving talk, I
love Thanksgiving, honestly. And Blackout Wednesday tonight. What are you doing tonight? You doing anything tonight?
I think the Pacers play the Lakers. And again, I don't want to date this pod too much because you may be listening on Friday or Saturday or whatever, but
that's fine.
I'll be watching. Yeah, I think I'll be watching the Pacers maybe at a local Broad Ripple, watering hole.
You're going Ripple, huh?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, one of my best friends lives up here, and he's a big Broad Ripple rat. And,
nice.
And so we just go there. And plus this place, it's like, Broad Ripple's nice because you can either go like the Brothers route and Kilroy's route and be on Broad Ripple Ave and like really be like,
here we go. Yeah.
Maybe hit a little Rock Lobster action. Or, you could go, like a BRT or an Old Pros table.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a little bit more, hey, let's just have some cold ones and kind of
a couple easy beers.
Shoot the shit with the kid you sat next to in Channel 1 junior year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. 9th grade science, your boy over here. Yeah.
Now, is this a big, you mentioned you haven't been to a ladies' Thanksgiving, but Blackout Wednesday, Thanksgiving weekend, people are coming home. Is this a big Conor Daly, hey, I'm going to be able to spit some game here? Talk to some ladies.
No. I don't think so.
It's just
we're out.
Not a priority for you?
Nope, not a priority. We're focusing on ourselves and trying to, be better athletes. And I don't know if I do meet someone, awesome. That's great.
We did run into each other.
I just don't really. I don't really do a lot of local. I think for me, my mind, like if I'm gonna date a woman, actually, I'm not gonna limit myself.
Don't limit yourself.
It could be anyone.
Literally could.
Could be anyone in Indiana. It could be anyone outside in the world.
I met my wife through an internship.
There you go.
So you just don't know.
Yeah, I respect that. I remember those days.
Yeah, long time ago.
That feels like forever ago.
I'm switching gears here. I'm being cowherd here.
Yeah.
Let me switch gears to this.
Switching gears.
Have you? That should be a segment of ours.
Oh,
since this is a racing podcast.
Changing gears.
Change gears. Yeah, and then have
That's
maybe
fair.
John could put a nice little
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're big sound effects guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you watched Ted Lasso?
Yeah, I love Ted Lasso.
Holy smokes!
One of my favorite shows right now.
Oh my god, dude!
I think it's very funny, but since I've lived in England, I know that a lot of I'm so familiar with a lot of that stuff, and the interaction and the banter and the stuff like that. I am very familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
And as an American who went over to England, yeah, I got called a wanker too. You know what I mean? All the time. So I totally get it.
Man.
And it's a great show.
I was a little late to the game because I didn't know that Apple TV, I thought Apple TV was we probably have to pay $60 a month for this.
Yeah.
We don't apparently.
Yeah.
So I was download Apple TV, start watching Ted Lasso. Went through the first 10 episodes in 2 days. It's such an easy watch. It's such...
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to stop watching it because you always just feel good. You feel good watching the show.
I love his accent, too, man. It's hey, gonna play some football today. It's just incredible. It's awesome.
Got a nice little twang going on.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso.
Ted.
Yeah. And it's just...
Old Teddy from the block.
Man, it's just it's so... I and for a while I was kind of being hipster about it, I guess, because on Twitter, it was just literally all I saw.
Yeah.
People, just every single person raving about Ted Lasso, how good it is. That's what everybody dressed up as. I was like, okay, can it really be this good? Or is everybody kind of being CUDA and just following the shiny thing? And then I started it, man, and I was just, I think I've cried every episode.
Really?
If we're being real. Dude, there's some touching stuff in that show, man.
A lot of emotion.
It's always uplifting.
Which I did not expect.
Me
I didn't
either.
expect them to go the mental therapist route and helping everyone's brains out. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a wild scene.
Really, really is. But I just... Yeah, me and Rice started it, and we're already on to season 2, and it is just, it's phenomenal.
I have a real issue with my actual Apple TV machine right now. I have, once I got when I moved into my house, I got obviously Apple TV, had it mounted up with my TV and stuff like that.
Do you mount your own? Do you know how to do that?
No, I had the Geek Squad man come and do it. And he did a great job. However, I'm fairly sure since day one, my Apple TV has had some issues. It just doesn't run correctly. Everything just sucks on it. And I'm like, can I please just watch a television show? I pay money for internet. I bought all this stuff.
Should work. Let's go.
I have to restart it all the time, and then it works. You know what I mean? So recently, I've been trying to watch the morning show. I just started the morning show. Yeah, Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have enjoyed that so far. But the last day and a half, my Apple TV it loads everything, and then as soon as you click to play something, doesn't play anything.
Oh.
And I was like, this is because I don't know what to do. Do I just...
You got to call Geek Squad.
But it's already been 4 years since I got it. I don't know. Do I need to buy another one? Do I need to buy a new Apple TV?
Maybe it is. Maybe it's time to go Black Friday shopping.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You go Black Friday shopping?
Absolutely not. Never in my life.
Really? Never? Not even...
Nope. Don't want to buy things at these stores. I just don't... I don't buy anything.
It's kind of fun to... go to Best Buy and
is it really?
See the line, be a part of
I don't need anything. You know what I mean? I don't think it's hard for me to go somewhere and be like,
don't you shop for other people though?
Yes, but I think I would rather spend the money on someone and not have to potentially punch a 29-year-old person in the face to get what I need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to rush in there like some stooge that you see on YouTube that's I'm going to go get the last PS5, and then you end up on TV because you got punched in the face or tripped, and then you broke your leg, and then all on Black Friday.
That's true. Yeah, I did.
And again, I consider Friday like Thanksgiving post game. You know what I mean? So like, I want to relax. I still want to hang out.
Yeah, sure.
So hang out with the family. I think my mom's got some more stuff planned for Friday. Maybe we might go to the Pacer game. I think Friday or Saturday.
I'm going to the Pacer game Friday night.
There you go. Yeah, Friday night. That's the game.
You sitting courtside? Probably.
No, because we're bringing like the whole family. So we're doing like, I think there's like a bunch of us all in different locations. We're definitely not on the floor.
I guarantee I'm going to be at the Pacers game Friday, and I'm going to look down, and Connor Daly's going to be walking from the Pacers locker room area with a beer in his hand, sitting courtside, and I'm going to be like, this motherfucker.
Nope. I think it's a little sweet action. Maybe a little sweet action.
Here we go. Yeah, we're going to have family elsewhere. Maybe be in the 200s. Actually, it's a sweet.
Dude, hey, we got to praise Doug Bowles for these types of things. You know what I mean? Hey, he's out here working for IndyCar and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Roger Penske. This guy deserves a suite.
He does.
He works his butt cheeks off.
He really does. The man doesn't stop. He's always wearing a suit and shit, always looking good.
Does he ever?
True. I mean, like Thanksgiving is probably the least amount he dressed up he's ever is. And that's probably like a quarter zip sweater.
He's not a big quarter zip guy. He's a big old racing shirt guy. You know what I mean? So like he'll wear a lot of Indianapolis Motor Speedway merch.
As one should.
Likes where he works.
Yeah.
But yeah, just all racing all the time.
What do you wear to Thanksgiving?
I have no idea.
Yeah, do you
Probably
have to
sweatpats and a hoodie?
Really?
Yeah.
You guys don't have to like.
I might put jeans. I might put pants on.
I always feel this weird onus that I have to dress up on Thanksgiving. What is that?
I don't know. I think my mom will probably want to take photographs with us. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's all sit out on the porch and we'll do a Christmas card photo, something like that. So I feel like I will not dress like a stooge, but I definitely want to be comfortable. I'm not going to put on there's not going to be any collars. It's probably going to be some nice pants, maybe a sweater. I don't know, but maybe a hoodie as well.
Yeah. I like I said, I always feel the need to do so. I remember one year, burpee boy. I remember one year the Steelers were playing on Thanksgiving night.
That's a big night.
And I wore khakis and a Steelers hoodie, and I was kind of getting some looks.
Really?
And I was kind of like,
well, first of all, it's probably because you wore khakis.
What, you're not wearing khakis?
No,
I can't imagine
we're
you're
done
khakis.
with khaki pants.
Have you ever worn khakis?
Yeah, when I went to Heritage Christian High School, mandatory dress code was khakis and collared shirts.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we couldn't wear any jeans.
Been there, man.
We had jeans days on Friday.
Yeah.
Can you imagine living in that type of environment?
Yeah, that's what my whole life.
Yeah.
First through eighth grade and then high school.
I still cannot believe that we had to follow a dress code in high school. And I look back on it, I'm like, man, that is hilarious.
I kind of liked it, though. At the end of the day.
I guess, but I also hated like going to Abercrombie to try and buy some khaki pants and nice polos so you didn't look like a stooge. Remember those kids that wore 2 collars?
Oof. That's a rough day.
It's a tough day. I think that was like a big thing on the internet for a while. Those people wearing like popped collars and 2 collars, stuff like that. We were all about that stuff.
I feel like Joseph Newgarden did that.
Oh, 1,000%. Joseph Newgarden popped his collar. That is a guarantee. If anyone else thinks the same thing, please let us know because I can guarantee you that happened.
The biggest popped collar looking guy ever.
Yeah.
Joseph Newgarden.
Yeah. And khakis. He wore khakis when it was not, you didn't have to.
Yeah. Well, now he's, locked into the
black
Team
pants,
Penske fucking, contract where if you ever take black pants off, you
get fired.
You go away in a Penske truck somewhere and they don't find you for a while.
Yeah.
Going back to Ted Lasso, though, you know who Roy Kent reminds me of?
Who?
Rossi.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I love that character, dude. I think it's a great character.
Oh, yeah.
If
Roy's
Rossi
great.
was more like Roy Kent, it would be electric. It would be electric for the series.
Definitely.
But like just cursing people out and just getting, I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah. I was getting some Rossi vibes because I was just like, you know what? This guy, he just kind of like.
Well, because he's also got the black hair, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like black short hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Black short hair, and he always wears the black leather jacket and black jeans.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right. And then he's just, he kind of just doesn't have time for people and it's just like, hey, I
love it.
Roy Kent. And
it's a great character.
He is. Absolutely. He is. Let's talk about the F1 race.
Formula One racing, baby.
Let's get into a little bit of the Formula One racing. What were your thoughts?
So not a very exciting race. I'm not gonna lie overall, but it was very interesting because of all the penalties. Again, you had Pierre Gasly on the front row, which is like awesome. Like Pierre's a great friend of mine, awesome dude. And like that guy's had such an incredible career after getting dropped by the Red Bull senior team. And just to see him having constant success is just such a great thing. Now, the race didn't go as well for him, but again, I think his first time starting on the front row, which is pretty cool. And then my favorite part of the whole race, obviously there's a bunch of stuff that was going on, tire failures. That was actually the most astounding thing, was all the tires that were failing, because it was people that were trying to go for one-stop strategies, trying to run the hard tire long, and then even the medium tire as well failed. And that's like, Pirelli's got they've got a lot of crap over the years, because like, the tires don't last, or this, that, and whatever. They haven't been reliable. And like, we haven't seen it in a little while, but to have tires fail and like in the way that they did is like really dangerous. Like that's not like a tire fails and like that's you're crashing. Thankfully, this track had enough runoff to where there weren't a lot of crashes.
Yeah.
But like it ruins people's races, you know what I mean? And Bottas was a victim of that. Latifi, George Russell, I think Lando Norris as well had one fail also. So that's just tough to see. But the guy who did make it through on the tires, made him last, was Fernando Alonso.
Yep.
I think that was the coolest thing of the weekend. Fernando is an incredible human. I have more respect for that guy than I think almost any other driver right now on the planet, because of what he's tried to do, come over to do the Indy 500. The guy who, had a great first outing in the Indy 500, then came back and didn't even make the race.
Yep.
And then has come back to try it a third time and had a decent run with McLaren. So I love that he, is just a driver's driver. He's gone and won everything all over the planet, multi-time world champion, back in Formula One. A lot of people were like, oh, you think he's still got it? He has absolutely still got it. Like,
how old is he?
I don't know, 30s, mid to late 30s, got to be. He's got to be 36.
I feel like he's been around for so long.
He's got to be 36 to 38. I don't know. But he's really good. And to see him back on the podium, 98th podium. I mean, it's incredible. And his last podium was in 2014, which is crazy because I was still racing in Europe in 2014. And that feels like an eternity ago now.
Oh, dude, he's 40.
He's 40? Yeah. Okay, there you go.
He reminds me of the Spanish Tony Stewart.
They kind of look That's alike. Actually a really hilarious I would agree.
Kind of look like.
I could see him trying NASCAR.
I got to take the sweatshirt off, man. It's burning up. Do we got any AC in here? I'm roasting. Off. Holy Lord.
That's all right. Are we pausing?
Nah, we're good.
Just having a quick pause.
I did this on purpose, though.
Oh, wow. All right. Oh, and your phone fell down. Well, this is great content. Great content for the team here. That's a good-looking shirt.
Huh? Yeah.
It's a good-looking shirt.
Good Lord, man.
Well,
getting smoked out in the studio here.
That's all right. We'll be fine. This is what pro podcasters do, really. Just start taking off our clothes in the middle of the show, honestly.
I'm watching this F1 race, though, and it seemed like, and again, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I probably am, Lewis Hamilton was up at the front throughout. But then it felt like all of a sudden these dudes started falling off, so they were just like letting Verstappen get up into the race. Is that what was going on? It seemed like they were literally just like, veering off a little bit, slowing down to let Verstappen get back up there to be in second.
No, I think it's all a strategy game, honestly. Like, Red Bull knew that they did not have a fast enough car to challenge Lewis. I think at certain tracks, they know that the Red Bull is going to be better than the Mercedes, and the Mercedes is going to be slightly closer. So this track, again, was a Mercedes sorted track, and Lewis has been really, really good. So their best plan, their best idea was to go for second place and fastest lap of the race. So Lewis was in his own planet, but when Max gets fastest lap of the race, which he did, that's an extra championship point. So that was the strategy there. And it's weird because it wasn't that, it's not that competitive up at the front. It wasn't like it was at Brazil where Max was leading. Lewis had to challenge him. Like, Lewis just led the whole thing. So sometimes Formula One is like that. And I hope it's a little bit different as they go to the next couple races. But we'll see. I mean, Max basically has to do, damage limitation until they get to a track where that car is going to be as strong or they find some extra pace. But again, really cool. I think that the championship is so close. Like Max can clinch the championship at the next race. Don't think, I mean, it would take a serious issue from Lewis Hamilton for that to happen. But it's really cool that it's gone down to the wire here. And we also got our boy Fernando back on the podium.
Did you see George Lucas was there?
Really? In Qatar?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was
I know
out there.
David Beckham was there.
He was out there at the race. Yeah, he was. He congratulated Lewis Hamilton.
He's a big F1 guy.
Yeah, they got a nice.
Big F1 guy.
I think Formula One tweeted like the Empire Strikes Back because Lewis Hamilton won, and then he was shaking up with George Lucas. So
I respect that. Honestly,
bit of, I was like, oh dang, all right. But I didn't really know that George was that big into it. But then I found out that he was at Austin.
Oh yeah, big F1 guy
traveling to Qatar. I mean, so geez, might as well, guy. I mean, you got $5 billion in the bank. So
is that it? Yeah.
I think
just
you can
a quick, easy
get
$5 billies.
a quick trip to Qatar. Won't hurt nobody.
Exactly.
So where do they go next?
Next is Saudi Arabia.
Whoa.
And it's the first race, first F1 race I think ever in Saudi Arabia. So I mean that's it. I'm very curious to see how that actually works out because Saudi Arabia is obviously. It's a bit of a contested land. It's a bit of an odd spot. You know what I mean? Like it's
a lot of big buildings.
But there's also like a lot of there's a lot of human rights violations. You know what I mean? Like a lot of things that we wouldn't really consider great.
Yeah.
Here, you know what I mean? So like I'm very curious to see how like the event goes. You know what I mean? And I'm just curious.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be a cool track. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that F1's got to get out to these areas that have a lot of money, and Saudi Arabia's got a lot of money.
There you go.
So it's going to be interesting.
That they do. I got a question on Twitter, I think it was this week. And this guy was like, hey, are we getting more / do you think there should be more ovals in IndyCar?
Yes.
I know you're a big oval guy.
Oh, yeah.
I said, yes, I would like to. Why do you think that there is that want to get people back out there on ovals?
What did IndyCar post this week on their Twitter and Instagram? It was the top 10 closest finishes in history. Where were all of them? On ovals. And what did they look like? Awesome finishes. Like, I mean, just electricity. I watched that entire video, all 10 segments. Mm-hmm. I mean, because that's what got me loving IndyCar when I grew up. Like, it's just, a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's too dangerous now. It's like, well, then, so why? I can't understand that. What we're doing is dangerous no matter what. Yeah. So like our cars are way safer now. We've got aero screens. We've got all this stuff, and even like our mile and a half. The only mile and a half that we have is Texas right now, and Texas is a terrible race now. Sadly, it used to be so much fun. We had side-by-side racing all the time.
Why is it a terrible race now?
They took away all of our downforce, and it's just because they don't want to make it a pack race like that. Because again, a lot of drivers after Dan Weldon was killed, were like, all right, we can't race like this anymore, which is sad. And it was a terrible thing. We don't want people to be dying, right? Like I get it, but it's also like we also got to realize what. This is a very highly contested subject, and every driver, a lot of the more senior drivers will just be like, "Oh yeah, well you're just an idiot for saying that," which I understand because I evaluate things as a person who might not look as smart, but like I look at things pretty logically.
Are you saying that just because you have a mullet? Is that why you say you don't look that smart?
Yeah, and I look at things like I understand the reason why people don't want to do it. But I also try to look at, well, what do you think will get us better ratings, more money to make, might provide more for your families that you're caring about? Well, maybe more exciting racing. You know what I mean? So like I think it's something that we're missing. We only have 1.5 mile oval, and it's Texas, and it used to be a great race. Like one of those closest finishes was 2016 or whatever with Hinch, 2017 maybe, I don't know. With Hinch and Graham. And like, again, super awesome race at Texas. That was great. But again, after that, people were like, nope, the racing's too close. We got to spread everyone out again. And like this year at Texas, I mean, there's no passing. Like it's just hard to pass. Yeah. We don't have enough grip. And the surface they have, there's an issue there now. So I love Texas Motor Speedway. One of my favorite tracks. But yeah, and like our short oval racing, I think is good. But again, we have one short oval race. maybe two next year.
Say,
Gateway
Iowa?
and Iowa.
Yeah.
And like Iowa, I think is a great race because it's obviously not as fast. Everyone's okay to be racing a little bit, closer together.
Okay,
there.
so would you trade that off? Would you trade off more ovals if it was a shorter track to where you didn't have to go as fast? No, you want the speed.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have it because again, it's still more exciting. Like Iowa, and there's also not as many short ovals where we could have that type of side by side racing. Like if you put us, you put Indy cars right out the gate, go straight back to Las Vegas. Very debated topic. I'm sure it's never going to happen. But Chicagoland, Kansas, Vegas. I mean, any mile and a half oval. It used to be Fontana. Fontana's not happening anymore. But like any mile and a half, I think would be awesome. And it's just because it's high banked. You can run cars, side by side, 3 wide. It's some exciting finishes, big draft. But again, it's just not going to happen. Sadly. Yeah, I don't see it happening because it could. But like I think we should be going to places like Richmond as well, another short oval.
Yeah,
but there's really not a lot of other short ovals that would I think work as well for us. But yeah, it was something where I think like again, I commented on IndyCar's Instagram and I said more ovals, specifically 1.5 mile and 2 mile ovals, like Michigan. Like if we went to Michigan again, oh my gosh, we'd be doing 240 miles an hour. It'd be awesome. Like,
did you get a lot of good feedback? Were people down?
I had the comment got like 150 likes. Like it was a bunch of people, and then someone was like, "Oh no, definitely not." And then the other person was like, "Why not? Look how exciting this is! Like this was great racing." Mm-hmm. And also the stands were packed back in the day. You know what I mean? When we had really, really exciting oval racing. So there's a lot of people who will debate that. It's always going to be 50-50. Maybe, hopefully, I think from a fan's perspective, it's definitely more like 70-30, I think, for ovals. But obviously, IndyCar racing, there's a lot of road racing history, of course. And people will appreciate that. And we do have great road racing. But realistically, I think our racing in general could be better. And so, you know what? Maybe someday, but we're going to do the best we can for what we got right now.
Well, what we got right now is less than 100 days until we're out at St. Pete. Until St. Pete GP's going on, IndyCar racing is back, and I think like 95 days now or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Less than 100 days
the
away.
Countdown is on.
Which is very exciting. I saw that Joseph Newgarden, our popped collar friend, was he did a little bit up in there in Detroit, I saw.
Yep.
Said
checking out the new track for 2023.
Said he liked it.
Yeah, I mean, he has to because Roger owns it. But
how much do we take his word?
Yeah, is he lying directly to our face? Well, I don't probably not.
Does he have black pants on right now?
Absolutely,
yes, probably. Do you think he sleeps in like black pants?
I really don't know.
A Penske issued pajama pant.
Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe like a Hitachi branded, Hitachi branded pants.
All right, man. Do you want to get into some questions here?
Sure. Yeah. You want to read one, and then I'll go with one, and then we'll just keep on trucking.
My stuff's on there, so why don't you just read them?
All right,
you do yours because we're recording on the phone,
anymore.
And so
that's all right.
Okay.
Well, we got the first question, obviously, which is quite funny. We talked about it a little bit earlier from AJ Hobson. Ever play a family football game on Thanksgiving? And absolutely. No one's ever got injured in our family football games. But I tell you what, as a kid, I dreamt of playing tight end.
What?
I really wanted to play football. And I thought it would be so cool to catch footballs. And I was a bigger guy. I wasn't obviously like...
Not wide receiver? Just tight end.
I'm not 6'9", 180. Like, I'm not like Wes Welker, slipping through.
You ever heard of a slot? I was going to say,
I'm not
a slot receiver?
I'm not tall enough, and I'm just not built for that. But a tight end, I can maybe get juiced up a little bit and just start getting my shoulders out. You know what I mean?
Tight end.
Maybe block on the end of the line as well.
All right.
And so, I tell you what, I would always like hot route. You know what I mean?
Is that what position you played?
Oh yeah, I was out there trying to catch balls. Like I was out in the family football field just trying to catch balls and have cool catches. You know what I mean?
Did you guys have what was your Mississippi count to rush the passer?
Oh, I think it was 5.
5?
Yeah,
okay.
5 Mississippi. It might have been debatable every now and then. Sometimes we were like, hey, you're not allowed to rush the passer. Yeah.
Okay. If your mom was playing quarterback
My mom
or something?
was always out in the field too.
Yeah. Who played quarterback?
So usually Doug played quarterback, obviously.
Yeah, jeez.
Doug or my Uncle John, he played quarterback. He was a big ball thrower.
Yeah.
And sometimes before I tore my right labrum, I would like to throw football. Can't throw a football more than 5 yards now because the shoulder's all ripped up.
Nice.
Big Andrew Luck injury here. Ouch. Yeah. But love family football games. I'm sure we'll get out there and toss around the pigskin a little bit.
We didn't. So my dad's side of the family hates football.
Wow.
Yeah, they my grandpa tries to put on the Westminster Dog Show instead of football, so it's like one of those things. So we never really been a big turkey bowl family because everybody's just like, wants to sit around and watch dogs and be soft. So
that's true.
Yeah.
That's a shame. We got another one. This, speaking of dogs, hounds and horsepower. This is what this account is, which is hilarious. Conor, how are you going to make up for not liking mashed potatoes? Are you even an Irish American?
You don't like mashed potatoes?
No, we had this discussion on here, remember?
Last week we did?
A couple weeks ago. People still giving me some shade about it.
I thought it was sweet potatoes
guy.
You said.
No. Sweet potatoes I'm okay with. Mashed potatoes I'm out on. We had this full discussion.
Why? I don't remember.
I think it's disgusting.
How
do you not remember what we discussed on this podcast?
What's disgusting about mashed potatoes?
Dry. They taste like nothing. Just disgusting. It's just like it's for me, which is a shame because I think, again, a lot of people will give me a lot of, hate for this. But I feel like it's eating a wadded up paper towel. There's no taste. It's dry.
Well, it sounds like,
gravy. I don't think
Bowles
helps
or whoever
anything.
is not making them.
No.
Salty enough.
No, she does a great thing. She does great cooking. I am just not. I feel like I'm chewing on a sponge, like a dry sponge.
Gravy. You said gravy doesn't help. You're out on gravy.
It's like covering the sponge in Frank's Red Hot sauce. So you're not going to make it better.
It makes it a little better.
I mean, I love Frank's Red Hot sauce.
You put that shit on everything, dude.
I know. Yeah. So I am not a mashed potatoes guy. So what I'm going to do for it and to make up for it is eat everything else. Except for, and we got more. We got
a lot of that, yeah.
We got another one from Austin Borch, ham or turkey, the great debate.
Turkey, easily.
See, I'm neither because I'm a pescatarian.
Yeah.
So I'm eating salmon. I'm going to catch wild fish for turkey dinner.
It's real trendy now to again, make fun of traditional Thanksgiving meals, and the food that's served on Thanksgiving. Everybody's like, why do we have to settle with dry turkey? Why can't we have, and like I said, we're having fajitas at my second Thanksgiving, which is great.
My mouth just started watering thinking about fajitas.
Yeah, which is fine. But at the same time, turkey is still good.
Oh, yeah.
It's still good on Thanksgiving. You sauce it up with some good gravy. If it's nice and a juicy, meat, it's not too dry. That's good. And then you get a leftover turkey sandwich even the next day or on the Saturday when you're watching college football.
Oh, yeah.
That's very good. Ham doesn't do it for me.
See, I actually am okay with ham. A good Thanksgiving ham used to be something that I enjoyed, but I was also a guy that every Sunday we went to Boston Market and I got turkey. I got turkey, little macaroni and cheese, and cornbread. And I thought that turkey, a little bit of gravy. Oh, you don't like cornbread? Dude, I love cornbread. I think cornbread is elite.
No cornbread.
Are you kidding me?
No.
So this is, I
corn
find
and
this
bread
crazier.
Don't go together,
yes, they
bro.
do. Absolutely. Please let us know what you think because I know I got a lot of hate for not liking mashed potatoes, but how can you not like cornbread?
Bread is a very delicious item.
Bread is not a vegetable.
Itself. Corn is just okay. And then why are you putting corn into bread? It just don't make sense.
I think it tastes delicious. A little corn casserole, cornbread.
No, I'm out on corn.
Oh,
corn.
I'm so hungry now. Well, Seabreeze22, we just talked about it. How can IndyCar get back to more ovals? Obviously need attendance to improve. Yep, agree. We got a question from Paul Tracy. Paul Tracy asks, what's your favorite club in Scottsdale? Well, obviously, Paul, we're going to go with Riot House, where your stepdaughters work. Great people there.
I didn't know Pizzi had stepdaughters.
Well, I guess technically they're not, but they are.
Okay.
Nice ladies. Wonderful family.
Nice ladies.
Yeah.
I've never been to Arizona.
Lady. What?
I've never been.
Oh,
so maybe when I'm out there, I'll have to go to Riot House.
I support their business. Paul does too, and wonderful.
Does he have his own drink?
I don't think so, no. But I'm sure he gets in for free. You know what I mean? No cover charge for Paul Tracy.
I just didn't know if there's the PT potion or something in there.
PT's power play.
Yeah, something like that. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's just the most aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
Like just absinthe and Red Bull and something
There's
horrific.
there's like a hole burning in your throat from drinking it.
Yeah,
it's just
Four Loko, absinthe, and Red Bull just all put.
It's basically just like
together.
gasoline.
Yeah,
you know,
it's petroleum
fuel.
Yeah. For Len or Alan, I guess.
Oh yes,
favorite oddball iRacing car track combo. I know you're not a big iRacing guy yet, but we might get you on there.
It seems fun. I don't know the equipment. And
That's
I
all
just,
right,
I don't
we'll
know.
get you hooked up.
Yeah.
I would say honestly, what I did on Monday night was really cool. MX5 Cup cars at Daytona Road Course was awesome. Other than that, basically everything that we did in LCQ League was pretty hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. This is from Brit_Levens. This might be the first question in a long time we've got from a lady, which is great.
Nice. Yes.
Top 3 dishes for Thanksgiving.
Okay. So
top 3 dishes. Yeah.
Is that a dish? Define dish for me.
Actually, that's a great question. I don't know. Let's just say items. So
Got it.
if you're going to go dish, we're going to be like, we've got the stuffing,
Yes.
the turkey, and the ham. Those are three separate dishes.
Yes. Okay. Going from 3 to 1 for
Okay.
me. 3 green beans, 2 mashed potatoes, 1 stuffing.
Okay, got it. I'm going to go 3 corn casserole, 4 cornbread, 2. I can get into some stuffing. I think I can get into that.
You're not going to eat it any other time besides Thanksgiving.
Exactly. 1 monkey bread.
What? Huh? No.
Oh
What?
yeah, it's might not be a traditional Thanksgiving dessert, but it's
it's
buttery
a dessert.
Buttery warm cinnamon bread all put together and baked in the oven for a little bit.
Why is it called monkey bread?
I have no idea, honestly, but just Google it. It's amazing.
Okay. I mean, it sounds very good.
It is the most aggressively not good for diabetics dessert ever.
You really got to pace yourself to get some
warm.
monkey bread.
So warm and so cinnamony and a little bit of butter. And my mother does a great job putting that sucker in the oven and taking it out. Oh, man.
Sounds sensual, man.
Monkey bread, dude. I honestly, I had a girl ask me, what is monkey bread the other day? And I sent her a picture. I have a picture from last Thanksgiving. And it's this perfectly cooked monkey bread. It's like molten cinnamon happiness.
Got it. Yeah. No, that sounds good.
So we're big into that.
All right.
Why does our society keep trying to make pumpkin pie happen? This is from Nathan Dustman.
See,
I'm out on pumpkin pie, by the way. Out on
Why?
pumpkin pie. I don't like it.
I mean, this is why
I like to carve pumpkins, not eat them.
This is why I hate to be on the internet around Thanksgiving, because I got to get on there and I got to see this like pumpkin pie is not. I don't want no pumpkin pie. Don't at me. Pumpkin pie's a waste. Don't at me. All this shit. I'm like, stop with your nonsense takes about a very delicious item that isn't just a Thanksgiving meal. You can have pumpkin pie in the fall. You can have it, like you said, around Halloween. You can have it Thanksgiving. Middle of summer's a little bit of a stretch. That's apple pie territory.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
But I just don't understand why people have this vendetta against pumpkin pie. It's delicious. It's warm. You put a little bit of whipped cream on top of there. Like,
no.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
the
I'm
crust
sorry.
from it.
Yeah, I'm
and
sorry.
then the whipped cream.
I'm not a pie guy, honestly. I don't eat pie. Like whether it's apple pie, pumpkin pie. I think pies are weird. I don't like the consistency. And maybe that's helpful because as a diabetic man, I probably shouldn't be just eating pie.
One less thing for you to worry about.
One less thing for me to worry about.
What about what about what are they called?
Key lime pie?
No, not a pie.
Okay, not a pie.
Cobblers.
Cobblers.
You like cobblers?
No, out on cobblers.
Why?
Well, first of all, I'm not entirely sure what they are.
Like a cherry cobbler?
I mean, I know what it is as a picture, but anything that has those weird, like, there's something about the consistency that just doesn't go well with my mouth. I don't know.
You're a big consistency guy. Okay, so that's what it is.
If a pie was more like half crust and half apples instead of like all apples, tiny layer of crust, I don't know.
Okay.
I need something there that's more of a mix.
You're a consistency guy with food.
I'm a consistency guy.
My sister's the same way. She doesn't like beef, which is bad for my brother-in-law. But she don't like She don't like. She never eats hamburgers or steak or nothing like that.
Well,
just
you know
because it's like she thinks it's gross. She doesn't
chewy,
like it.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there's something about I just
All right.
key lime pie I would be okay with. I warmed up to that. I didn't like that at first. And like I didn't like cheesecake ever either until I tried cheesecake.
Kind of get out on cheesecake. That kind of freaks me out too.
So I obviously don't eat it often. Again, debilitating disease. But I am not a big cheese. I wasn't a big cheesecake guy. Now, if there is presented cheesecake at dessert, maybe a little cherry, strawberry cheesecake, whatever.
Get a little bit of that like icing that goes on, a little drizzle.
Yeah. Oh, give me some of that drizzle any day.
You know what fucking sucks no matter what?
What?
Deviled eggs. Who's liking deviled eggs?
So
bro?
I'm not a big deviled egg guy, but what the Oakmont has done to deviled eggs, the deep fried deviled eggs, I am okay with.
I mean, you deep fry anything. You
It's
deep
good.
fry shit, you could be like, yeah, I can take it.
Yes. So I do like the deep fried deviled eggs, but deviled eggs by themselves, again, there's something about the center sauce that is on the deviled eggs that kind of tastes like it tastes like oil or like something like traffic cone paint. Like it's just something that I don't know what that tastes like, but it seems like it's just like I'm tasting a traffic cone.
I just legitimately
For some reason I feel like if I bit a traffic cone, it would taste like a deviled egg.
Yeah, that's fair. I like that. I just don't know how anybody looks at a big old plate of deviled eggs. It's like, yeah,
Here we go. Yeah.
put those next to my green beans and turkey, bro. No.
If I see deviled eggs tomorrow at Thanksgiving, I'm gonna send you a picture and just say, how unappetizing does this look right now?
And you know what's killer is my wife loves them.
Oh, well, to each their own, as they say, right?
And she makes them and stuff. I'm like, yeah,
I respect that.
whatever.
Can't be that hard.
Yeah.
This one is actually a good one. We got from AA Ron. Actually, I just saw AA, so I said AA Ron, but AA Ron George. Will we see the LCQ League reunite at all this offseason? I wish, but everyone's too busy, man. Gosh, that was so much fun. Oregon South 88, what's your favorite helmet you own? If we're talking about my helmets or the other people's helmets that I've traded for, I think my favorite helmet is actually probably the helmet that I got done this year for the Indy GP, the one with the denim and Abe Lincoln's head on it and the beer can up top with a Lucky Charms guy on the back riding a bison with the Mount Rushmore in the background. I love that helmet.
There's a lot going on there.
Favorite helmet that I've got traded to me is probably, Jimmy. It's hard to go against Jimmy Johnson or Carlos.
Cool.
Carlos Sainz Jr.'s helmet's really cool because it was from when he was racing for Toro Rosso, so it's full on Red Bull F1 helmet, which is like really cool. However, when it comes to like meaningfulness, I traded with Hinchcliffe the helmet. I have Hinch's helmet that he almost died in. So like that's a really cool helmet. It's the one that he crashed at Indy in, which again, I then subbed for him and began kind of my IndyCar career in his seat. So that's a cool one that means a lot to me as well.
I had a baseball helmet when I was 8 that my grandpa got made for me that said it had white horses on it on both sides and lightning bolts, and it said the Italian Stallion.
Are you Italian?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Molinaro? Joey Molinaro?
Joey. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. All right. Well,
Come
you know
on,
what?
man.
Good to know that.
Yeah. Come on now.
That's fair. But I see a lot of Pittsburgh Steeler fans. You know what I mean? Those are Italians, right? A lot of Italians out there. A
nice contingent of, like Franco's Italian Army, Franco Harris. Yeah.
Permanente brothers, whatever they are. Or
that's not Italian.
Okay, what's that?
But I believe it's Polish.
But that's big in Pittsburgh, isn't it?
Oh, Permanente. Yeah, that's where it happened, man. That's where
it happens.
Yeah.
This is a quick one that we can do before Indy 500 Driver of the Week.
Yes.
A Horton 74 post-turkey, pre-turkey coma, sitting by the fire. What's the bourbon of choice? Are you a bourbon guy at all? No.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I like bourbon a lot.
I love bourbon, but
bourbon.
like I went over to Conor's house over the summer. He's literally has like 8x5 rows of just all these different dark liquors. So I definitely don't have the palate that you do for it.
Ooh.
I mean, just, give me, I'm not asking for any top shelf stuff. Just a little something to just ease the stomach. You know what I mean?
Settle in, huh?
Yeah.
I have exactly the right answers for that. A Weller 12-year is just neat, just nice sipper. Oh my gosh, delicious. And actually, there's an Indiana bourbon that I just tried last night, Starlight Distillery.
That sounds cool.
Very delicious. Rural Inn on over there on Rural and New York and Rural Michigan and Rural Street.
One of those rurals.
East side
Tough
of
word.
Indianapolis. No, incredible liquor store over there. They have a store pick of this Starlight Distillery bourbon. Oh, it is. I tried it last night. Delicious little sipper. And it's not really that old of a bourbon or whiskey. So it's
Starlight Distillery. Shout out them out of Borden, Indiana.
Borden, Indiana. I'm not going to lie, guys. You got to try that Rural Inn pick. That is delicious.
Nice.
All right. So those are some good questions.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Quick preview before the Indy 500 Driver of the Week. We will have a guest next week on our show. We'll have our first guest. Yes. And he is a baseball player.
Very exciting.
Great baseball player.
Baseballer.
Tucker Barnhart.
Oh, we're just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Let's just go
first
with
guest.
it. A little pre. He has committed to us. We will see if he shows up. But Tucker, great friend of ours. I like Tucker a lot. He's a big race fan as well. So I'm excited for that.
Tucker, a native
Gold
Hoosier
Glove
just like
winner.
us. Gold Glove winner. Big baseballer.
Big baseballer.
Dude, yeah, I mean, he's Indy through and through, you know. I mean, he's big time now, though. He just signed a nice big old
Detroit.
contract up there in the Motor Cities.
So that's going to, mix in some other sport into our racing thing. I have a lot of questions.
We'll try to get some more. We're gonna, in the off season especially, we're gonna keep trying to get some guests and shake it up. We got a nice Rolodex here between me and Conor, so
absolutely
something to look forward to.
Absolutely. So our Thanksgiving Indy 500 Driver of the Week, we went a little bit more recent again. 2001 Indy 500, and now this is a name that
That's what we did last week.
Yes. So this is a name that I'm familiar with because I love cheering for this guy. And to be honest, I don't know if I've ever met this guy. Buzz Calkins. Buzz Calkins. An absolute, legend in my book. I cheered for Buzz Calkins just because he had a cool name.
I mean, how
honestly.
can he not? Yeah, for a guy named Buzz.
Buzz Calkins has a very actually long IndyCar history, I believe, because he was quite good. But I wanted to give him some respect out here in the streets because I found Buzz Calkins to be a great person to cheer for. Do you see him on the internet there?
I do. Yeah. Buzz Calkins, named Bradley, but he went by Buzz.
Obviously. Come on.
Nobody wants to see Bradley Calkins win, but Buzz Calkins?
Let's go, baby.
Come on now. Born May 2, 1971 in Denver, Colorado. Was an Indy Racing League driver. After a successful run in Indy Lights from 93 to 95, he finished 11th, 10th, and 6th in 3 seasons. He and Bradley Motorsports purchased a 1995 Reynard chassis to compete in the inaugural chassis.
them chassis.
Damn it. To compete in an inaugural season of the IRL. He won the series' inaugural race, the 1996
Buzz
Indy 200.
Yeah,
Indy 200 at Walt Disney World.
Yep.
Ahead of Tony Stewart.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Old
And then
Buzz.
he competed in the Indy 500 6 times.
Nice.
With a best finish of 10th in 1998. So
hey, we've
top
got
10
the same best
there
finish
we go.
in the Indy 500 so far.
Yeah,
Buzz, I just think, I remember cheering for Buzz when I was a kid. Because, again, that was my era, late 90s, early 2000s when he was racing. And, man, Buzz Calkins, that's just a freaking great name.
He started, so in 96, he started 9th in his first Indy 500.
Strong rookie performance.
Yeah, and then the year he got a top 10 finish, he started in 1998. He started 18th. Worked his way all the way up to the top 10.
Get on up there.
Yeah.
Old Buzz Calkins, baby.
Buzz Calkins. Ricky Tridway. Random Indy 500 driver of the week for the Thanksgiving week. All right. Good deal, bro. Good show. Anything that you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
You know what? No, we're very excited to get through this Thanksgiving holiday, enjoy it. I hope that people will get back to business next week because we got to get our sponsors in line for next year. So if you are listening to this and you're potentially going to sponsor me, hey, enjoy your food, but let's get to work next week.
Yes, absolutely. And anything that I could be of assistance with for that, I don't know, if you need me to come play court jester and do some voices at a thing and give money to Conor for it, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Do it. Yeah, we're big money guys, you know.
So like Conor said, everybody have a great Thanksgiving, whether you're celebrating, Thursdays, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, next week. Enjoy the time with family and friends. I know you're traveling, so it's a great time to catch up on Speed Street.
Yep.
We're thankful for you guys for growing our listenership. That's what it is, not listenership.
Listenership. Yes.
And downloads. Again, be sure to follow, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Podcasts, Spotify, Speed Street with Conor Daly, Joey Molinaro. We're on YouTube as well. We appreciate you guys so much. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you next week.
And hammer the Lions this week.
See you guys.